the bridesmaid's dress, which has the outer layer, and then this layer is the lining. And we've established that where the slit is in the front, the hem is shorter, like 5 inches. The back, because it has a bit of a train, is going to be 7 inches when it's completed. And then on the side seams, it is at, so now that I've established those measurements, I am going to remove all of the pins that you see. So that's the next step. Okay, so I've removed the pins from the bottom edge of the dress, as you can see. And we have a pretty deep slit, and one of the alterations that she wanted made was just to have a tack or something there so that that doesn't open up quite as high as it currently is. So I'm gonna mark that where it is on both sides so I can open that up. And then I'm gonna take the lining layer and I'm gonna push it through the top of the dress so it's out of the way, because right now we're just gonna be working on the bottom. Not like a typical lining where it's a separate skirt inside of a skirt. This is actually attached. So what we're looking at here is the dress fabric and the lining fabric. And as you can see, it is sewn together because there is a slit. So what I'm gonna have to do is open that up in order to make the cut. So the next step is going to be removing the seam from that 5-inch mark all the way down to the bottom of the hem at both sides of the side slip. As I'm opening up this side slit, I am seeing how this raw edge was not finished. And so it's concealed, so no one is obviously going to see it. But it's always interesting to open up a professionally made dress and see how far they've gone. So now that I have the hem marked with tailor's chalk, I am basically putting my hand inside the hem where I see the chalk mark and folding it up and pinning it. And then when we finish doing this all the way around, then we will press. So I have pressed in the hem and I have cut my sections of tissue paper. And the reason I do that is sometimes when you're working with a really slippery fabric, like this, it just helps to hold the fabric in place and run smoothly underneath the presser foot on the machine. So it's one extra step, but I find that it keeps the threads from getting jammed up. So you can see I've got the tissue underneath, but you can really see that it makes a nice clean stitch. So now I'm just pulling off the tissue along the hem and removing it. So now I'm just trimming right along that seam line, all the way around. So you can see the hem of the outer layer, and now it's time to work on the lining layer. And I'll show you what I mean about this slit. It is sewn together there, and